Hello and welcome back to Temple Baptist Church. This is the devotional time, and I'm glad that you have logged on and are joining us. Today I'm going to be looking at a short passage in John chapter 13. You may have heard this story before of Jesus and his men as they had traveled from place to place. There was a time which it was the feast of the Passover, and they had come together to have the meal, and as was the case, the meal at that particular time was served on a very low table in which the disciples and Jesus and others that may have been gathered there would literally need to sit on the floor in order to eat their meal. And it was customary before you came into a dining room to eat something like this, that the host would provide a basin or a bucket of water where each person coming in would be able to wash their feet. Well, on this particular occasion, there was no water, and so Jesus and his men, they came in and sat down, and nobody had a chance to wash their feet. As they were going through the meal, all of a sudden Jesus got up, he walked over to where there was a cloth, and he took the cloth and he wrapped it around himself, and then he got some water in a basin, and he began to go from disciple to disciple washing their feet. And they didn't really understand what Jesus was doing, but Jesus was a man of love and service and sacrifice. Learning to be like Jesus is a godly goal, but it's often difficult for us because, well, we're not God. But God still desires for us to become like children. So as we are like children, we learn and we see Jesus being our model. And so we can learn to love and serve and sacrifice just as Jesus did. It's hard, but that's what God's desire is. Well, Jesus was serving and he was sacrificing and he was loving on that particular day that he washed his disciples' feet. We get to the point in John chapter 13 where this is what Jesus said. "You call me teacher and Lord, and you say, well, for so I am. If I then, your Lord and teacher, have washed your feet, you also ought to wash one another's feet. For I have given you an example that you should do as I have done." So Jesus has been the model. He's been the role model. He's been the example for us that we should become as he is. That we should become loving, that we should become willing to serve, and even willing to sacrifice. Jesus wants you to become like him. He wants you to know him in an intimate way, to have the filling of his Spirit, and to become like him, full of love, service, and sacrifice. At Temple Baptist Church, we want to help you become like Jesus. Join us on Sunday morning at 8 or 10, Sunday evening at 6, Wednesday evening at 7. Join us as we study God's Word, where you can grow in becoming like Jesus. Have a blessed day.